Wait and Q podcast for 6/8/15. I'm here with Cross Knights, and Dagless has come to join us after such a very long time.
Half a year or so.
Hi. How's it been?
It's been about 3.5. But anyway, this is a podcast. We haven't done a podcast for a while, mostly because of random stuff and my laziness to try to get people coordinated to do the podcast in Cross's absence. So
Yeah, he just can't bear to do it without me.
Oh no, Echo. Such a very long. Dear
half
Lord.
a year or so. Is it me?
No, it was
he. He didn't pause the stream like a smart guy.
And I had two tabs open.
No, it was he.
Also, I visited Cube, which is just one of the topics. I mean, it could be anyone except for Cube. I mean, it could possibly be Cube.
It could be Cube. Definitely visited himself on a daily basis.
Definitely visit himself. His body is a wonderland.
If you know what I mean. So yeah, no, Cross, he went from Arizona back to New York, so on that way he stopped by and he meowed at me for a bit, and we played board games, ate pizza, and drank far too much soda. So
and they messaged me on Steam and made me confused about who was who.
The thing is, I somehow thought that you realized, Dagless, and then I realized that all of your quotes could mean that you realized or didn't realize, and then I suddenly realized, no, you didn't know that it was me.
How would I know? I didn't guess it. It was so weird.
Well, because I said that you were my spirit animal, I somehow thought that'd be enough of a clue, but then you just thought that I told Companion to say that to you. Because, I think 2 months ago I was really drunk and I messaged Dagless telling him that he was my spirit animal.
Well,
no, it was like the next day. You did it 2 days in a row. That's why I was like, what's going on here? Or I think it was even the same day.
No, I did not get drunk and then the same day travel half across the country and visit Companion. There was at least a week apart.
There was pretty close together.
No, but out of the 3 people that Cross messaged, I think only Buttkiss got it, and that was because I told him that you were coming. I just outright told him, so.
Who was the third person? Was it Relic Die?
I think so.
Relic didn't even register that it was weird that Companion typed stab.
He was just whatever. I'm going back to my anime games.
Yeah, he just typed as if it was Companion and was like, I gotta go.
He's just gonna go play more Bullet Hell.
He's sitting in his house and he's typing out a message to me and he's like, God damn it, Dagless, Cube is such an idiot. And I'm just like, yeah.
Is that what he said?
No.
It's true.
That's what he would say.
Yeah. Well, anyway, how have you been, or more importantly, how has Billy been, Dagless? Because it's been a while.
Oh, Billy's been pretty good. He's been sitting around, getting a bit bigger. He's if his goal was to get more obese, he's doing it. He's doing a good job.
Really?
He's got a job where he sits around and does nothing and sells stuff to people.
Wasn't he a bartender for a while there?
No, he went to school for bartending, and then he also went to school for accounting, and he never did either.
What do you do at bartending school?
You learn how to bartend.
And you drink.
But
there's
how?
actually you learn all the drinks that you have to make, and you learn the etiquette for serving drinks and all that junk.
I think Billy would make a pretty damn good bartender.
I think you'd make a good bartender at a bar where you go in and it's a bunch of older guys and they're we come here every day, and like the pub from Hot Fuzz. That's the kind of bar he would be good at.
Yeah.
Winchester. Not a club. But I mean, who the hell goes to clubs? Clubs are dumb.
Well,
Young, dumb people.
There's a new Payday 2 heist. But anyway, how have you been, Dagless?
I've been okay. Internet's been sucky, but I've been doing a bit of voice acting work. Free stuff for Cross Nights and a little bit of paid stuff for a few people. Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mostly Christopher Walken. No one wants me to do anything else, and my Christopher Walken is bad.
You've done Christopher Walken for other people?
I've done Christopher Walken for other people. It's so bad, I hate it.
But that's what you're known for. You've been typecast already.
Yeah. Look, if anything, I should be typecast as the guy with the crazy high voice when he wants it to be. I'm going to be voicing a villain in a video game whose name is Hasla
The Riddler?
Chaps. It's
Oh.
no, but I'm probably going to voice him like I would voice the Riddler. It's a game
Assless
called
chaps.
the Crack in Time. It's about a guy who has no ass who steals a magical crack that it's a golden crack that time travel stuff, and his name sounds like Assless Chaps. It's not my idea, but I was invited to voice act the main villain, so I was like, sure, I'll do
That's
it.
pretty cool.
Wait, is the assless chaps guy the hero or the villain?
He's the villain.
Oh, then who's the hero?
Use the regular voice then.
Yeah, I'd be like, yes, it is me, Hustler Chaps, stealing the crack of time again, yes. You know, whatever.
Very
Something
cool.
like that.
Well, damn.
But yeah, I'm actually doing some of that stuff now. And, you know, I might have a job working where Billy's working. And hopefully then I can get my internet to work so I can stream some more stuff. Because I've been wanting to stream so badly. But my internet's been so crappy. Every time I stream, it's good for like half an hour and then it just drops.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because Drive Not Found, you know, you being the only person who ever streams to it anymore, it was
Yeah,
a little bit desolate there.
Yeah, Yoshi and Taz are dead.
Yeah.
I saw Taz streaming, and I think he was streaming to his channel. So, I don't
Oh,
know.
I see how it is, Taz.
Well, whatever.
I
You
see
want
how it
to
is.
break away from the group.
If we were smart, what we would have done would be to set up a team channel, which I didn't realize we could do, and then just like people could stream on their channel and the team channel at the
I thought
same
you had to
time.
be like subscribed to YouTube, to Twitch or something.
I maybe, but I don't know. Maybe that's something we could do in the future if Drive Not Found ever gets a decent size.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well, I certainly haven't streamed on it. I streamed on it twice ever.
I still get people going, "Where's Cross Knights?" It's like, he's
It'll
not
happen
here.
eventually,
Go
maybe.
away. No one likes you.
Yeah.
And then
no.
Royal Chaff is there all the time, and he's just saying random shit to me, unless I say something bad about Wonderwall, and then he gets really mad at me.
He stopped by the podcast a bit ago, I think.
He mentioned
Yeah.
something about Iron Man's butt cheeks or something. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, what about Fallout 4 being revealed? You guys excited for Fallout 4?
Oh hell!
I guess
yeah.
I guess we don't get to say how we're doing. All right, that's fine.
No, I mean nobody
Oh,
cares
okay.
about us.
Sorry,
They've,
sorry.
I mean,
I
I haven't
forgot
done
about
anything
you guys.
interesting
You
in the
guys
last month or
weren't-
anything.
No, of course not. Anyway, Fallout 4. No, go on.
Sorry.
No. So I've moved across the country again and included a visit to Companion's house, which I thought there was a possibility it was going to be awkward, but it wasn't awkward, so that was good. Also, his mother's awesome.
I was a bit
And
nervous
I'm
that you were going to be like taller than me, and I was going to be like, no, my perception of height was all
Guys,
fucked.
I
it's
told you
happened.
I was
They've
5'10".
been in the same room.
Well, I don't know,
Fanfiction.
maybe like New Yorkian measurements are different.
Measurements are different. No, you're like 6 inches
Minnesota.
taller than me. Yeah, but I don't know.
They're
I could believe
slightly
that people
different.
are shorter in Minnesota. But yeah, no, it was fun. We played a lot of Settlers of Catan, which I won both times.
That is a
And,
good board game, I gotta say.
It's
We played
great.
a lot, but you won both times, so you only played twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot.
Both
That's a
those games
couple.
take like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's true.
And we played some Love Letter, which is a really cool card game that's really easy to learn. I think I won that also. But first we played the Lost board game, which Companion said was terrible, and he was right, and it's my fault for playing it. Basically what happened is I got Hurley, and on my first turn I went to the beach and got bitten by a shark and horribly injured. And then after I got healed, I fell down a hole and died.
That sounds like a
and-
pretty good game.
It was terrible, and plus we're pretty sure we're playing it wrong. So
It sounds like you're
very
playing the
short-
Oregon Trail.
Very short into the game, Companion controlled like 8-10 different characters, and me and my girlfriend, I think my girlfriend had 2 when I had just Hurley, who would have been dead, but they took pity on me. They're like, you just be alive. So we had no chance of winning at all.
Are you talking about the Zerg I had? Sorry about that.
Yeah, except I think there was two things that you were doing illegally, which caused you to be able to do that.
Well,
But
the thing about that game is that it's terrible. Like its rules are
yeah,
written terribly. They have
Just
like
like
a
the show.
lost discovery. Yeah, exactly. That's a joke I made like
yeah.
18 times. And
No, there's a stipulation in the rules that said like, well, if something's like confusing, just I don't know, just do whatever. It's like that's not how board games work. You have to have a stipulation for every single possibility, and they didn't have stipulations for common things that would happen. Like, and it's just
Charlie.
sad because I think a lot of work went into the game, and all the items were cool and show related, and there's a bunch of little in things if you'd watch the show, and it could have been a good game, but it was not a good game.
Except for
Because the rules
Hurley
were
was
pushed.
just he couldn't move more than one space because fat.
Was
Yeah, but that was
seriously,
confusing
like,
too,
thing?
because no one can move more than one space the way we were playing it. So the only reason that I wouldn't be able to move more than one space is if I had a car. And if that's the case, why couldn't I move more spaces when I'm fat as a car?
Maybe
Wait,
like one
I
of
thought
the
Lost
hundreds
took
of.
place on an island. How would you get a car?
Because there's a car in the show
Oh, okay.
that they
Spoilers,
actually do
Cross.
set up. Oh yeah, don't watch Lost. There's the only spoiler you need to know. But it's not
Watch
worth
like
your
the
time.
first 2 seasons, and then you'll be like, "Well, such a shame that show got canceled." Moving on.
Then you might be okay.
Smoke
Whatever you
monster.
dreamed that could have happened would be better than what actually happens.
Yeah.
So
We're not even kidding. But no, that game it had like a card system, like most board games do. But it had like at least 150 different cards, and they're these tiny little things that are hard to stack and keep in your hand. And every time you move a character, you're supposed to get one. And it was just
yeah, and I couldn't see him.
I liked that they have like this sort of like tile thing where you set up the island and it's randomly made because of all the different like tiles and you can flip them over like you're discovering the island. But even that was a pain in the ass because like
Because you had to dig the tiles out that were really close to other tiles, and you'd probably like knock over all the game pieces.
yeah, exactly.
And,
It would just destroy the island. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was all worth it because Cross got bitten by a shark and then fell down a hole.
Fell down a hole.
It was
Oh, the best was when I was just done with the game, and I was like, I'm gonna jump back down the hole, and it's a 50% chance of dying or getting a bunch of stuff. And I rolled, and I got a bunch of like 2 good items and an event card. And the event card was summon smoke monster and fight it. And it's impossible. You just die pretty much. You have like a 100%
Wait,
chance
you
of
can't.
dying.
Yeah, how do you fight a monster made of
you have
smoke?
to have a Zerg.
Yeah, you have to have an attack of over 30. I think I had 2. Attack
See,
of
this
2.
sounds like the whole fucking talisman thing we did. Fuck
The
that
what?
game.
Good night, weirdo. Have a good one.
Talisman.
Yeah, no,
that
Talisman
weird
is
board game where
actually
you
a
could
board
flip
game,
it?
though.
That's the game where I got really angry and punched Billy in the arm. Yeah, that's actually a board game.
Yeah, a game that has set defined rules and, actual thought put into it. Other
Yeah,
than
there was
here's
thought
an
put
item.
into it, but the problem was there was too much thought put into it. So, like, if you were really smart, you could, like, survive forever if you were really good.
I remember watching that, and my little raft, like, disappeared.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff happened, like, near the beginning.
It was depressing.
I have
mean,
no idea what you guys are
Squidward
talking
ended up being king, so it's fine. You can watch it on my channel, Cross.
It has
if you ever
horrible audio desync and echo, though.
Yeah.
about. Oh, I'm not going to be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
I
That's
can
why
deal with bad
record
video. I
without
can't
acid.
deal with bad audio. Yeah, whatever. It's fun.
But
yeah, so it was a good visit. Besides that, we also recorded a co-op episode of Binding of Isaac, which went as hilarious as possible.
I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, Cube has such a bad win streak.
Because he's playing the Lost.
The Lost is terrible. Oh my god.
Well,
He's
it's
beaten the
like
whole
the
game on
challenge
hard
here.
except for with the Lost.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, did you hear about the changes that Edmund McMillan is going to change to the Lost?
No.
They're going to have
What?
him have spectral tears.
Oh yeah, Spectral
and the
Tears
die.
and not D10. It's the D10, the one that lets you switch enemies.
I think it was the one that lets you switch builds.
What?
That's the D4. I don't think so. I think the Lost is getting the D10.
I'm pretty sure it's the D4 because I remember
Well,
being
the
like, "Oh my
D10 is-
god, now it's actually
would be
worth
dumb.
it."
Yeah, the D10 would be dumb. Hopefully it's not. If
Well,
it
the
is, then
D10 would make sense because like you're in a room where you're like, if I go in this room, I'm going to take damage. You just use your D10, and then the fucking adversary is now.
well, it doesn't
like
work on bosses though.
The haunt is now mob.
There's one that works on bosses, but
The D10, because I got it in the chest, and I think I just posted that one, but I got it in the chest, and I was fighting like two of those spiders, like the boss spiders. It did nothing.
There's
it doesn't work on
one
mini
that
bosses.
Rerolls the bosses. I just don't remember which one
I had the
it is.
D10, the one that rerolls enemies, and I went into a room filled with those like walking dudes that have the head that rotates around them.
Mm-hmm.
And I re-rolled it, and it was just filled with shit. Like, so much stuff in the room. And I was like, this was
That thing can screw you over.
the worst
Have
It's
idea.
like a bunch of
you-
spiders. Oh, they're all greed heads now. Great.
Have
No.
either of you guys gotten a card against humanity on like a big room with petrified pupe?
Not with
Puke.
petrified puke, no.
Petrified pupe?
Poop,
No,
not petrified
I love
poop.
fucking card against humanity. So
It's
great.
kind of hilarious. The best is
I
when you
learned
have Ipecac and you use it.
I learned a
that.
lot of my Binding of Isaac skills from. You guys ever hear of Northern Lion?
Yeah, that's.
I've
constantly
watched
get
like
people being
at least 1,000 of his videos, and
I've gotten so many like you should do this because Northern Lion. It's like I'm discovering this myself. Stop it. I'm not him. I don't care.
you,
if
you know what the
love it.
worst part is too? Northern Lion would totally be on your side. He'd be like, "Come on, let the guy play the game. Like, stop being
Yeah.
a bunch of scumlords."
There was one guy that was being nice, but every one of his comments started out with like a disappointed thing, like "Oh Christ, you're better than this," and then his thing like because Northern Lion said that all red health was bad. It's like he doesn't even say that. He just
Never
says
pick
leave
up
stuff.
red health, and
He just has a strategy that works for him, and it's a strategy that's good.
Plus,
but
he's played
that's
for
not
like
the-
1,000 hours. He can do anything he wants, and he's going to be way
well,
better
I'm-
than me. Like,
Yeah.
I've
God,
only
that
played for a
guy-
mere 100 hours.
binding Visok to that guy is like just a money printing machine.
Oh, dude,
Basically.
that's what he does. That's his job. He doesn't
know,
have
it's
any fears
insane.
about it. He's just like, yes, this is what I do. This is how I survive. Me and my Korean wife. This is what we do. We both play Binding of Isaac.
His videos are pretty good, though. I gotta say, like he does good.
They,
knows how to
they
play.
can sort of drain at times.
Well, if you watch 1,000 of them,
his
I've
let's
seen
look
3.
ats are pretty good. I think his big stuff is I don't know. Holy Cross Knights.
The Holy Cross. Yeah,
Um,
that's Cross used
okay.
to play on a football team.
What
called
was
the
your
Holy
what was
Cross.
your most overpowered Binding of Isaac run?
Tammy said Brimstone.
Yeah, that might be mine too, but with like the mantle and
I got on my first ever run in Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I got Proptosis. Then I got Toxic, or I got Dead Onion, so I got the Toxic Tears, and then I got not Abaddon. I think Fear Shot plus Polycephalus plus like a whole bunch of other damage upgrades, and I had giant tears that were the size of rooms, and like they would just stay in the middle of the room, and anything inside the tier would take damage. It was insane.
Yeah.
I
No.
love crazy
Hello
runs
and welcome
in
to-
Binding of
I-
Isaac.
I really do like that game. I'm just getting to the point though where I'm just like, I'm just not completing runs as much as I am losing them because I have to go through the chest or the dark room, and I don't know if it's worth recording them anymore.
There's a whole bunch of little tricks you can do on the chest to like get like a little extra bonus. Like if you bring a temperance card down to the chest or the dark room, if you blow up a temperance card on the chest, you get an item for free. And I think in the dark room, if you do it on any other room other than the room you spawn in, you also get another item for free.
Whoa.
There's a whole bunch of things you can do. Plus, if you bring like a Jera rune down to the chest, you can get 8 golden chests. Like there's so many crazy
What?
things you can do. Yeah.
Is
welcome to the
that's-
podcast, Kafa. But I just linked in the chat there. That's the co-op video of me and Cross playing
Yeah.
Binding of Isaac.
it's amazing.
And I just realized the end of that URL is Mew. So that's my new favorite video.
Oh my god! Wow,
damn
that's crazy. Holy
That's
shit!
horrible.
It is Mew.
That's horrible.
The one that has you in it, man.
Possibly
So
the
who
only
is-
time we'll ever be in the same room and make a video.
Who is hyped for
oh.
Fallout 4?
Yeah, I was gonna say some people were mentioning
Cross,
Fallout 4.
Cross, I don't think is hype about. Have you played any of the Fallout games, Cross?
I played Fallout 2 until a glitch ruined my save file and I didn't have the heart to start over.
Fallout 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Fallout
I played
2.
Fallout 3 a little bit, but I got so side quested that eventually I stopped playing.
Yeah, I
I
tried
didn't even
playing.
fix that thing with that radio guy.
I tried playing Fallout 3, but I ran into a problem that many people have run into, including Buckus.
What problem
And,
is that?
Well, once you start it up and you're like playing, and then once you get to the end of the vault, you just start crashing all of a sudden. And
Oh, on
It's,
PC or on like console?
it's on PC. I think it's exclusive to PC, and it's pretty much only on Windows 7 and Windows 8.
I mean,
So
that's
you've never
that's a
played
pretty,
Fallout
well,
3?
that's
I've
a
played
pretty.
Fallout 3 on the Xbox 360. I played that game,
Oh,
I
okay.
think, 3 times over,
I
125
was gonna
hours
say.
at least in each save file.
That seems like a pretty
Okay.
easy problem to fix, though, because you could just use console commands to teleport yourself to like Megaton or something.
No, it's not just that. It's once you get out of the vault. It's just everywhere else. I think it's because maybe the game is trying to load stuff or something. But
Well, I know Fallout 3 isn't supposed to run on Windows 7. Like I can't even run it on Windows 7. That's
Well,
part of the problem.
I looked up
Oh.
some some fixes and workarounds, and one of them I followed every step except for uninstall the game, disable like Windows.NET 3.1, and then reinstall the game. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking disable some key framework piece on my computer just to play Fallout 3. So I just installed New Vegas, and I've been playing that. And because
that's
Fallout
what
4 is fucking announced, and holy
Have
shit.
you seen? Okay, you've seen the trailer,
shit.
right?
Yeah, I have. I've seen it like 80 times.
There's a few things that people have been able to tell from the trailer, and I did a little bit of digging myself, and I figured out something too. The first thing is that it's taking place in Boston because there's a statue of Paul Revere. That's the British are coming dude.
Oh, God.
It's going to be like, how there's like the Western Brotherhood who are not dicks, and then like the Eastern Brotherhood who are total dicks.
Yeah.
This is going to be like the Midwestern Brotherhood because I
We're
was
kind
doing
of
some.
dicks.
Yeah, exactly.
And they
They're
were
kind of
just
dicks.
right as far as dick goes.
Because I was reading this article on the Brotherhood of Steel earlier today, and they talk about how they had these airships crash in the Midwestern, and that was like the Brotherhood moving, and you see giant airships that are crashed in the trailer, so I figure that's a pretty good clue. There's also, a lot of people are thinking that Vault 111, the vault that you come from, everyone's an android, and that it's going to be like the Brotherhood are sort of like the new railroad for slaves, like they're saving androids, and you're fighting the Commonwealth.
I hear a lot of weird, like, different theoretical stuff, because some people have said, like, that you're an android because in the beginning the nuke goes off in the trailer and you can see, like, a man and a woman and a child sitting there, like, trying to get into the vault, but, it's closed and shit.
I think a lot of people are saying like it's going to be like pre-war. I don't see why they think that. I think
I think
were
they're
just
gonna
trying.
have some pre-war segments in it, because I don't see why they would
Yeah.
make, like,
I think they were just showing off their new like art style. I think that's all they were doing.
I don't know why they would make so many assets just to use it for, like, a beginning part or something. But I'm looking forward to the mods, at least. The pre-war mods that people can create. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, but the whole point of Fallout is after the war.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, having a little, mods always find a
I
special
mean,
place.
but what would you do in pre-war Fallout? Like, oh, I'm gonna go get some cookies from Miss Tenenbaum. Oh, it's fun times.
No, you got to think it's like it's like a second Cold War era.
I think
thing.
it would be
I'd like to see
cool
that.
if if the tutorial for the game was you pre-war, like learning stuff like duck and cover and shit like that, and then like you go to the vault and it's your like great great grandfather that you play as in the tutorial. That would be cool, I think.
Yeah, there's some really strange theories. Some people have suggested maybe it's like a cryonetic freezing chamber in that Vault 111.
Well, it's weird too because you know how it's got like yellow on the door? Like there's not been any other vaults like that. Could be like one of those control vaults too.
Isn't that what most Vault-Tec vaults are? They like
No,
experiments?
most vaults were experiments. This one could be like one that was actually made to keep people alive. Because there were some
like the
that
vaults
made
should do.
that. Yeah, rather than like, hey, this vault's door isn't going to close all the way, so everyone inside is going to become a ghoul.
Yeah, dude,
You
the
know,
vaults in
shit
that
like
game series might be my favorite part about it.
You know how at the end of the trailer where you see the Brotherhood armor?
Yes.
If you look on I think it's the right side, it's got like junk gloves and stuff, so people are thinking that there's going to be like armor mods as well as weapon mods now.
Well, they did the Gunrunner's arsenal thing, so I don't see why they wouldn't take it another step up.
Yeah.
That would be really awesome to see. I mean, I'm just waiting until E3. That's about a week
Yeah.
away at this point, and
Well,
they're going to
people are
probably
thinking
reveal stuff
Fallout
there.
4 is going to come out in October. What
That'd
are
be cool.
your feelings on Fallout Cross Nights? How do you feel about the series, even though you haven't played much of it?
I think it's a good series, but I'd be lying if I said I'm excited for the new one because I haven't even played the old ones.
I would highly
So-
recommend playing the old ones. Like,
Well,
highly.
there's so many games, companion, and
That's
so little time.
true.
And I
that's
don't know
the
if I'm
problem.
gonna ever get back to it. The little bit I played of Fallout, I had a lot of fun. Like there was a time where that guy with the sheriff in the first town, like I met up to like ambush a mob boss, and he got shot and killed, and I felt so bad I reset because I was just like, what am I gonna tell his son?
Oh, dude, I did that when
So-
I was a kid so many times.
So I reset it, and this time the mob boss was talking, and before he could like use his gun, I just shot him in the face, and then the guy lived, and it was great. But it
You're
actually
like,
caused
"Yes."
an emotional effect. But then
And then-
again, I just couldn't deal with the side quests. It just that's what happens.
I feel like-
sometimes open ended screws me.
The thing is, there's only so many quests, and if you look at everything like it's a side quest, then I feel like there's a problem. The main quest really is the side stuff, I think personally. Whereas like you should just
Well,
do like
I
explore.
was just
like that's-
trying. Like Free Dog or whatever his name was, just told me to like set up this transmitter, and I was just trying to walk over there, and I just kept on getting distracted by so many things. It's like, all right, this guy wants me to do this. There's these guys that are trying to raid me. That guy finally shot my dog, and I didn't care because he was a dick, and he kept on alerting them to the presents.
mean,
So I let him
that's
die on
how-
purpose and then
that,
ate him.
that three dog, like the first time getting like doing his quest is the worst. When I was a kid, I hated that. It was like, oh, I gotta go through the subways, and now there's super mutants, and I don't like it. And
When I was
like
a
I
kid-
Yeah, and
avoided
then-
it
Playing
so
These
much.
big like robot paladins tell me to do stuff, and then this woman who's dressed as a bug fights a guy who's dressed as a robot, and I'm like, I don't even
wait,
remember what I was
that's-
doing anymore.
The antagonizer, I love
the
that person.
Mechanist.
It was great, but I'm just like, what? I don't know. I lost the transmitter. I forgot where it is.
Maybe you would like Fallout New Vegas more because it's more linear and it's not. It's not as side questy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
there are side
it's-
quests. It's just not as prevalent.
Well, it's
in
sort of
your
like,
face.
hey, like you're headed to this direction, and it's like you'll go to a town, and you'll be like, okay, well, I'll do all the quests here in this town,
It's a lot
and then
more
I'll
story
move on to
based.
the next town, and it's like,
good.
you
And I-
know.
I shouldn't be complaining about having too much freedom, but that is ultimately the reason I didn't get through the
Well,
game.
I mean, it's all preference. Like I'm
Yeah.
totally with you. And the whole like making sure kids aren't sad and stuff like that. And then you do an evil run, and then the goal
was
is to make people as sad as possible. You kill
Yeah,
people.
I do like.
talk to their
It really
children.
seems like it seems like you have actual choice in this game, because I know one of the choices in the first town was to blow up the first town, and then the town is just not there ever again. Like, that is a serious
Certain
impact.
people survive. One of the worst parts is, Moira. Moira survives that, and she
Wait,
becomes
the scientist?
a ghoul. Yeah, the one who's like, who wants
The one
you
who
to
gave
do
me
the
creepy, like,
survival
tentacles? Screw her. She didn't...
Yeah.
I thought I would be safe.
Oh,
she gave me a
Moira's the
guarantee.
best. Come on.
I'm a freaky mutant
Why would
because
you
of her.
say that?
I am a freaky mutant because
No,
of her.
it's fun watching like a Let's Play, and they're like, "Oh my god, I can finally, I can blow up the town and kill Moira. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it just because of that." And then they go
Oh,
back.
I love Moira.
And they
it's
see
like,
her as a
Shoot Myra on the head.
I think she's
if
just
you
unconscious.
guys haven't ever seen it, there's a guy who beat Fallout New Vegas without killing anything.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Go on.
his channel name is Many a True Nerd, and he's currently doing a run of Fallout New Vegas where it's you only live once, and he's not using any stim packs.
Yellow.
And I think as of the last episode, he's in the third DLC for New Vegas. He's beat the game without like dying or healing, and he's on 139 HP left out of 500.
Doesn't he? Couldn't he just like get that one perk that gives you health regen while in the sun?
No, because he counts the health regen. Like he doesn't, because the game you automatically have health regen, and he doesn't count it. Like technically, he doesn't heal. He has like a counter for how much health he has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like he's trying to make it as hard as possible.
So if he takes like a random bullet, does he pause it and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna calculate how much that guy did to me based on my damage threshold and the bullet."
you can just pause. You can go to your Pip-Boy and look at how much damage you've taken.
Hey, listen.
There's like a number that's like
It's a
health,
lot less
and it's like.
complicated.
Besides, he's British. Yeah.
No, there's something else I was gonna mention when you were talking about the release date for Fallout 4, and a lot of people are saying that it's gonna be, on the date of the Great War, either this year or next year, because there was a website, like a foreign website, I think it was a French website or something like that, that accidentally leaked the release date, and they might have, just fucked around there and
I don't
just
think
put up
we've
random
ever
numbers.
had the date of the Great War. Like, I don't think we've ever had that.
Yeah, we have.
Have we? Like, the exact date, though?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Fallout 4. I'm going to see what they say at E3, and if it's just something else, then I'll probably end up pre-ordering it, although I want to see what the
I
special
hope they
edition
don't
is
fuck
like.
it up like they did with Skyrim.
See, I was playing New Vegas, and I'm like, I am enjoying this a lot more than I did Skyrim.
See,
I
but
think
New
it's-
Vegas wasn't made by Bethesda. It was made
That's
by
true.
Obsidian.
Well, that's true. But then again, people compare the two very often, and I think it's just because the fantasy theme doesn't click with me as nearly as much as the Fallout theme.
I don't know. Like, I like the Elder Scrolls series. I just think, like, the older Elder Scrolls are just better because they're less casualized, you know? Like, I think when you try to appeal to a broader market is when you start to lose, like, what makes a game good. Sure, more people can play it and enjoy it, but it's not as good as it could be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe some of those things that made the game like, oh, like this game is too hard, I don't want to play it. Maybe that's what made the game great, and now it's just mediocre, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I finished Skyrim, and I finished the story, and I'm like, I think I'm done with it for now. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I ever beat the story in Skyrim.
It's pretty standard. There's not
I
a
did
whole
all
lot.
I did all the other stuff. I think I got up to the point where you fight Alduin, and then I stopped. I was just like, this is dumb.
Well, I was a cat archer named Cube the Dark Eye Cat. And I had an ending bow and glass arrows, and I shot that motherfucker out of the sky.
I had a character that was he was also a cat, but he was naked, and there's a way to get illusion to 100 really quickly right at the beginning of the game. So I could cast invisibility, and I ran around with a dagger and just people.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that.
And the way invisibility works is even if they notice you, they technically still don't notice you. It's so weird.
I
So
gotta
you
try
can
that
like
out sometime.
kill anyone without like no one can do anything to
You
you.
could be one hell of a cat, just going around stabbing people.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Mike.
If only you could play a cat in Fallout. That would be amazing.
Fallout. I really hope they make a Fallout game where you can like you can either become a ghoul or a super mutant, or you can start as that.
Yeah, like if you're exposed to too much rads, then you.
Yeah, you just start getting ghouled. Like
Yeah,
if you
that'd be
don't
cool.
like, yeah, that'd
I
be
remember
awesome.
thinking about that in Fallout 3 and being like, that would be amazing. And unfortunately, I don't think Fallout 4 is going to have multiplayer, so that really
Yeah,
sucks.
I doubt it. I think the only way multiplayer would work too is if it was like 2-player co-op.
Yeah, probably. Well, the last thing I wanted to talk about, Dagless, what do you think about a talking protagonist?
As long as there's a choice of voices, I don't care.
That seems
Like,
unlikely.
If I get more than one choice, like Saints Row style, you know?
Mhm.
If there's only one voice, then no. See, I'm really worried that we're all going to be forced to play that guy, like the guy in the trailer. We have to be him. We can't change our face. Nothing. I'm really worried about that.
I don't know if I don't know if they would do that though.
I hope they don't. I don't think they will, but it's a worry.
Like maybe I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to try something out new. And if they nail it on the head, I wouldn't be upset about it. But then again, it would take away a
That'd
little
be
bit
taking
of the
away
appeal.
something that was in like Fallout 1.
Yeah,
but if
you
Row
make
is
your
it doesn't
guy.
matter.
innovating upon and I'm trying to also play devil's
That's not
advocate here.
innovating though. That's just taking stuff away. It's not like you
Trying
like,
out new things though.
Yeah, but it's not really trying out a new thing. You just like I get the whole like we have a main character because canonically there is a canon, vault dweller and courier. Like there is like a guy that is that guy and how he looks. I'm pretty sure they're
Yeah.
all men, by the way.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're all white men, and not my weird.
Yeah,
not
I'm
black
pretty
guy.
sure they're all white men. No joke.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I wasn't.
Actually,
I was
no.
like,
I
know
think
they are.
I think the courier is Hispanic. I think the courier is Hispanic.
Ooh,
Everyone
mixing
else
it up
is white though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't care if he has a voice as long as I can choose his face and I don't want to play fucking Commander Shepard. It's not what I'm playing. I'm playing my guy in the Fallout universe. Like that's what I want to play. I don't want to play John Smith or Nathan Drake. Fuck it.
But to be fair, even Commander Shepard, set character, you could make him look like whatever you wanted to.
Yeah,
like if
you
they
could
take
make
away
him-
that ability,
yeah.
that's ridiculous.
But you couldn't change his voice.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if they're going to do that. You might get a male voice and a female voice, but I don't know if you're going to get.
God, I don't want to get Nolan North. I really hope he's not voice acting.
God, no.
He's not a bad voice actor, but he's just in everything, and it just takes you out of it.
It would just be
Just like,
Nolan
hey,
North talking
it's Nolan
constantly.
North. Great, I'm Nolan North.
Yeah, hey,
I hope it's
traitor.
Patrick Stewart.
It's just Nolan North, traitor. Nolan
Dude, I would-
North.
I hope
Patrick
Patrick
Stewart?
Stewart,
I would
does
go
the
for
male
that.
voice and the female voice.
Oh, it's me, Captain. The Vault Dweller. I wonder what this one's going to be called, actually,
Morgan Freeman is the female character.
because he's not going to be. He's not going to be the Vault Dweller, probably.
I don't know, maybe. Maybe if they go down the
because-
android route, then he'll just proclaim
Yeah.
himself as an android.
Something.
Oh,
Maybe.
That's
Well, that's if he even knows he's an android, because it's like Harkness. He didn't know he was an android.
Did either of you keep that stupid dog in Fallout 3 alive for the entire game?
no.
Are you kidding me? You can't keep half the followers alive. The only followers you can keep alive are Chiron and what's his face, Fox, and that's because Fox regenerates HP really fast, and Chiron is super. Like his armor is like super good for some reason.
Well, I mean, there is a
Everyone
way
else
for you to
dies.
keep dog meat alive at a certain level, and I think with the
Yeah, you
broken
get the
steel
puppies
add-on,
perk.
yeah, you get there's a perk called
But
puppies.
that's technically not. If you
I hated that
dog
dog.
meat is
I hated
actually
him.
really good. If you set him as passive, because there is a way to make it so he won't attack
Oh.
anything, unless it attacks you. He has
I
a really
remember
good
sneaking
bonus.
around somewhere, and then like I forgot he was there, and he's like, "Bark, bark, bark!" And they all ran after him and lit him on fire. And I was just like, "That's it. You're done. I'm eating you now.
I
Good
was
job."
watching a Let's Play of Fallout 3, and like way later in the game, he just becomes a mad killing machine, and he just tears everything up.
He has this really ridiculous bonus where you can tell him to like go look for stuff for you, and he can get stuff out of locked like containers and just bring it to you. Like if there's a very hard container, you can tell him to go be like, "Hey, go find me something," and he will pick whatever's out of that container and just give it to you. Like the victory rifle, like the strongest sniper rifle, you can just get that if you have dog meat with you.
I hated that dog.
Dog meat was great.
He was better as actual dog meat that I ate and gave me rads. I don't care.
You know what my favorite part of Fallout though, like the entire series is though. The part where
the new ones that I don't know, I'm just gonna ruin.
No, it's something that you should know. It's the part where you've got like a minigun or a mini nuke launcher or something, and then there's like 5 guys running up to you with baseball bats, and as you're killing them, they go, "You like the sight of your own blood?" That's my favorite. I love those guys.
And they just constantly shit talk, even while you're just shotgunning
I die.
in the face.
I live again.
Uh,
I would love to play a game as those guys.
I can't. Yeah, just running up to mini nuke wielding dudes and
you just get
armor.
like you just control like 10 guys, and it's like the goal is to kill that guy. Oh, okay.
Good luck with that. He can just mini nuke the ground and be fine. You know, I was sad about Fallout New Vegas that it didn't have the Hellfire power armor though, because that is an awesome power armor set.
Yeah, but the Enclave is just dead. Like,
yeah, well, they aren't in the East really, are they? So.
They were.
Not the East, no.
The West, yeah. The NCR pretty much destroyed them.
Okay, so not to put a timer on this, but you've now been talking about Fallout for about.
Yeah, I was gonna.
So, yeah, we can wrap it up here now. Like,
there's
really
only 18 minutes left.
Yeah, but anyways, Fallout 4 trailer looks good. The new art style, I really like it. It looks like it's gonna be good.
Mixed colors pop.
Yeah. I hope it's not pre-war, because that'd be dumb.
Well, now that we talked about Fallout 4 for half the podcast, Cross can talk about Kung Fury.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
It was okay.
So, thanks, Dagless. Thanks for that extremely mediocre intro to what is the greatest movie that has ever been created.
Problem is this...
No, I don't want to hear it, Dagless. Let me talk about this. You talk really 20 minutes. So, Kung Fury it's like this fan-made production that I guess was kickstarted. And it's a throwback to all the action 80 movies, movies of the 80s that are completely ridiculous, and sometimes you think like might have been written from the mind of what would be awesome to a 5-year-old, i.e. things that appeal to me. And you can watch it for completely free on Steam. And I love it. It's one of the coolest things ever. It's completely ridiculous. They don't take anything seriously. The main character gets his powers because I think he got like struck by lightning and bitten by a cobra at the same time, so he became a kung fu master.
In an alleyway.
Yeah, none of it like makes sense if you think about it. There are scenes that are completely. There's a huge plot line that didn't need to be in there, and it was just so that there could be like a bunch of like bikini chicks shooting people. It's great, and I've watched it like 3 times. It's just wonderful. There's also a music video by David Hasselhoff where he sings the theme song, and it's completely ridiculous. Also, everyone should watch that.
Don't hassle the Hoff 9000.
Don't hassle the Hoff. I love it. I love everything about that movie, and it's great. You'll know whether you want to continue watching within the very first scene where a cop confronts some gang. If you don't find that amazing, just stop watching the movie.
My problem with it, like, I thought it was really great, but the problem was I watched the Kickstarter video back in the day, like when that was, being kickstarted, and it really just seems like an extended trailer. Like, it's too short. They basically took the Kickstarter scenes from the trailer, made them like 2 minutes longer, and then just like he's just like, oh, I'm at a place, and now I'm done, and now I'm at another place.
Half an hour was. I think half an hour is probably the perfect length for it because I don't know how much. There were like one or two parts that dragged. Like there's this one part where there's these two German soldiers that are just talking for way too long for no reason. So like there's a few parts that aren't that great, but like I think if it was much longer, it would have just been kind of played. Like the joke, which is this is all ridiculous. Just might
Yeah,
not
but
allow
I mean, if all it has to stand on is it's like it being a joke, then what does that say about the director? He can make a joke, but he can't make something that's like good on its own merit. It's the joke that's good. It's not
Well,
like the
if it's a
filmography
comedy
itself
thing,
is mediocre.
a short comedy film just needs a joke. That's why it shouldn't be longer than half an hour.
Yeah, but
Like
the
it
joke
doesn't
was
need
the
to.
entire
And it doesn't
video.
matter if you can't
It's a
create anything
half-hour
else.
joke.
Like if you're gonna base it on like its own merit, I think it's wonderful. Like I don't
But
care
there
if he
was
doesn't
other-
make anything
there was-
else ever
there was
again.
other stuff. There was other stuff in there that totally could have been done. That like would have been so easy. That could have added like 5 minutes here and there. It could have easily been a feature length film. Like
It should
when they
have
get
been though. I think it would have worn out its welcome.
I don't think so. I think it worn out its welcome when it was really annoying to be like, oh look, these cool effects and we're in this cool place and now we're gone. Like I don't want to spoil anything about the movie, but like
Well, what about that arcade scene with the people telling the game "fuck you" and kicking it? The arcade was just like,
I thought the beginning, like the first like 10 minutes was a really good way to like do the joke, and then if they had like actually focused on the action scenes, still kept them like over the top, like just for example, like you know how there was the laser raptor, they totally could have had like added like a 2-minute chase scene where they were riding around on the fucking wolves rather than laser raptor dead. Okay. That was the thing that
it might
happened.
drag out though, like Kraus was saying about that
No, it would've, and
German
Add
talks.
2 minutes. 2
Another
minutes.
trope of the '80s action film is just a Deus Ex Machina that solves a problem for no good reason. So like, oh no, there's a raptor. Oh wait, it's okay now.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then
if
everything's
the problem
fine.
was solved.
And
with
again,
something, but it was
that
solved
entire
too,
scene,
there
I
was
think,
a
was just
problem,
to
and
add
it
the
was-
two characters. Like, you could have actually eliminated that
Yeah,
entire,
but what did
those
those two
entire
characters
characters
do?
and
They
scenes from the
didn't
movie,
really-
and nothing would have been wrong, really. It would have still been the same
You
movie.
could've-
I mean, it could have
you
even
could've
been shorter,
taken-
and I would have been fine with
You
it.
could have taken every character other than Hackman out of the movie, and it would have been fine. He could have, like, honestly, like, if it was just going to be the joke, all that other shit was unnecessary. If it was going to be in there, it deserved to have some fleshing out.
Well, I don't think you could have taken out. No, I like this. This is
He could
like,
have
I
just
don't know.
went back
I don't
in
get what
time
you're saying.
and fought Hitler
Does-
and then been done. The whole
But-
time traveling back too far was just for one joke.
Yeah, but you have like
Yes,
the
it
joke,
was.
and then you have
All right, but
little
I don't want to.
jokes,
I don't
like
want to. I
Los
don't get why you're this
Ceramics.
critical. I don't really want to have the discussion about the podcast. The only reason I brought it up is because I want people to watch it, and I love it. I don't want to get
I
this
want
weird
people to watch it
discussion.
too. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I just think it could have been better.
All right, I think it was perfect, and if it was longer, it would have
What's
been
the point of the
ridiculous.
podcast? We shouldn't agree all the time on everything. We got to have a
I know,
discussion.
but I haven't
about
even I haven't even gone through all my things before you instantly were just like, as you know.
Because
Go
I had
on,
watched
Cross.
quite a while ago and had this discussion with Billy. So
All right, well, I'd be fine with having it later, but now we have like 12 minutes left. Like this is, I completely
Okay,
disagree,
well,
and I'm willing to
you-
discuss it later. But jeez. But the other thing is, in addition to there being this movie, there is also a video game that you can get for $2 on Steam or for free on tablet devices. Incidentally, I think it's actually a little bit better on the tablet because it's a quick game. Like,
yeah,
so
it
I
seems
bought it.
like a tablet game.
Yeah, I bought it and I was immediately disappointed. Like, I figured even if it's crap, I don't care because I want to give them money because I love that movie so much and it was free. But the more I played it, the more I began to like it because it's actually like weirdly nuanced. So there's only 2 buttons, and I don't mean there's 2 buttons in a directional stick. I mean there's literally only 2 buttons. You can't
buttons,
move
yeah.
except by attacking. So
It seems
there's
like
a left
Five
attack
Finger
button.
Death Punch.
Wait. There's a left attack button and there's a right attack button. That's it. But it gets complicated because to defeat one of the enemies, you have to hit like forward, back, forward real fast, and then other enemies you have to hit them 4 times. And if you get hit 3 times, you die. And it's just really quick, and then you start over again. And it's actually pretty fun, and it gets pretty intense. But don't expect that much.
Are you gonna do a video on it?
Yes, I am. I was just trying to get good enough so that it was actually worth showing it, because the games can last like 30 seconds if they're not good.
I'm sorry. I was kind of confused about that whole like Kung Fury thing. Was it like was the movie an advertisement for the game, or is the game just like a random thing for
The game was
the
just
movie?
something they made. They just made the game.
Yeah.
Just
It
like
was
a
for
little
the
random thing
the
for
movie.
the movie?
The movie was like a Kickstarter thing where
Oh,
they
that's right, you
wanted
mentioned that,
to
yeah.
make like this little film, and then you know they did it, and then I guess they were like, why don't we make a game too that would also add to the joke,
Yeah,
and
and
it
then
Which
did.
is
I
good,
could've
because
played it.
I never would have heard of it if it wasn't for the game, because I'm assuming that's the only reason it got on Steam, was because they had a
Yeah.
game attached to it.
Oh, maybe that's exactly why.
Yeah,
they
that
made
might
a
be
game.
why.
But
I don't
the
know.
movie's better
There
than the
were a
game.
lot of people talking about it when it was on Kickstarter. A lot of people were really excited.
I managed to miss all of that, apparently. But the guy who
Well, I
plays
only
Kung
found out
Fury
about it
is
'cause of
also the
Billy,
guy
so-
who wrote and directed the movie. So he's responsible for pretty much all of it.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I should finish that movie though. I watched about half of it, and then, you know, right at the part with Adolf Hitler, and I was like, oh, okay. And I think I watched Game of
that
Thrones and-
Nazi scene at the end is probably the best part.
That fight scene is amazing. I freaking love it.
Well, then I'll
It's
definitely
so
check
good.
it out.
Yeah. But it's just that one scene where those two Nazis are talking.
What are they talking about again?
Hmm?
They were
They were
just
talking
like
about mustaches. It was an entire like 2-minute
yeah, that was
conversation
a
about
weird,
mustaches.
weird one. And he just like beats them with a tank, doesn't he?
Well, now we're saying things that I was.
Okay.
Yeah. It's, whatever.
Definitely check
A
it out.
plus. Watch it like 5 times. Watch it like
Keyboard,
5 times, so it's the length that
keyboard.
Dagless wants it to be.
Oh, that
And
was
then-
great.
That would
I
be
like
like
the movie.
3.5
just
hours.
we disagree about something on the podcast.
Well,
if
it's
anything,
just
I'm
weird that you
gonna
say
make
you
some
like
point.
it, and then it's like criticism.
Well, I can like some. Well, that's like fucking like what's their names? Ebert and whatever.
And
You know, you
Salisbury.
can like a movie. Doesn't mean it's perfect.
but-
And
If
I think
Siskel and
criticizing
Ebert, if
it
they
is-
like a movie, they talk about its praises and then the things they didn't like. Not, I like this movie, but these are all the things that are wrong with it, and that's the end. But I like it.
well, you were talking about the good stuff, so I figured I'd talk about the stuff that I didn't like.
Okay, the fact that it wasn't long enough and should have been drawn out, despite the fact that it was only running
No,
on one.
it's not drawn out.
Maybe they'll
Just
have a
because
sequel.
I don't.
You never know.
But the problem is, then the sequel will be just as paced as weird as the first
But
one.
I don't think there should be a sequel. Like there might
don't
be
think
because it
it
seems
should
like
be.
it's doing well, but
I feel like
think
it
it'd
was
be-
a good one-off. Oh, it was a good one-off thing, you know. And then like maybe move on and make a movie that makes fun of tropes of another era. You know, that might be a good idea. And have that
the
be
'80s
the
is
sequel.
so. It's hard to make fun of an era that's more ridiculous than the '80s, though. Like they just
That's
didn't
true.
care. Like there was a show that David Hasselhoff was in where he fought crime with his talking car. There's another show
the
called
90s might
Airwolf
not
where
be
it was
too
like
hard.
Airwolf like was a show where like you had a crazy attack helicopter and it fought other crazy attack helicopters. Like every week there was another helicopter that they fought. I mean, the Highlander, there were a bunch of that was the '90s. Fair enough, but still, the '80s was ridiculous. Freaking MacGyver and Walker Texas Ranger with Chuck Norris's beard of protection and.
Is that a real thing?
Well, there's parts where Chuck Norris was like, hitting the beard really hard and doesn't react at all in that show. So people theorized he had a beard of protection.
Well, I mean, it's probably true.
It's definitely true
That's
because
why
under
he
Chuck
never
Norris's
shaves.
beard is just another fist.
Yeah, exactly. Probably multiple fists, actually.
You can't shave
Yeah.
his beard; it's made of steel.
Yeah, you just break the razors.
He has to have molten
Yeah.
lava, just melt it down.
Yeah,
One
so
last thing.
another thing that's similar to Kung Fury, or I guess never mind. If we're talking about one last thing, go ahead.
Relic has apparently started a blog, and I would post it in the chat, but someone never actually reset their password like 3 months ago when they're supposed to. So if one of you could just post that in the chat real quick.
It's called Relic Talks, and Relic talks about things. Oh wait, no, then never mind. That's his video series.
It's called Relic Rambles.
Yeah, he also started a video series called Relic Talks. So
Okay.
Yeah, so if
that's
you
the
want to
thing,
go,
actually.
if you want to go to Relic's blogspot, and I don't know what he's talking about, but I assume he's probably not happy about whatever he's talking about.
Probably not.
I like Relic Tie a lot, but he is a very he does focus on the negative sides of things. I find. I mean, that might be completely interesting. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all.
Airwolf.
Yeah, it's about video game companies.
That's first. What you should expect.
I read a little bit of it while you guys were talking about Fallout.
Yeah, you probably didn't miss anything.
My brain is dying. Goddamn.
We talked about Fallout for a long time there,
which is fine. It's just if I don't have anything to say, I want to just back off and let you guys go. So I just started reading things.
Yeah, I don't know what.
If you guys like Kung Fury, you guys should check out Danger 5. It's a new series. It's an Australian series coming out. It's making fun of. It's sort of a parody of like old like Charlie's Angels type cartoons or not cartoon shows, where it's five super agents who are fighting Hitler, who is mining gold so that he can make golden super weapons for the entire Nazi army, and he is genetically fucking with dinosaurs, and the special effects are horrible on purpose, and I'm sure there's an episode on the moon, and there's always the same shot of Hitler jumping out of a window at the end of every episode. It's the same exact shot, and it's hilarious.
Oh.
And it's great, and it's good, and you should watch it.
It's a half-an-hour show.
I'm not sure, actually. I haven't seen an episode.
Oh. How are you advocating for it?
I saw a few like scenes, and the scenes were good.
Well, as much as I like talking about Hitler jumping out of windows, we should probably wrap it up here. One thing I wanted to mention real quick was to Cross. Actually, you should watch Game of Thrones. So,
we're 5 episodes behind. We're in a
should
situation
watch
where
it because holy shit,
we weren't. We'll watch it. Our TV, we lost the screws to the TV stand, so it can't stand up anymore.
But Cross,
which makes it better.
Cross, it's really
I'll watch
good.
I'll watch it.
Okay. But
yeah.
No, Dagless, are you going to be doing anything on your YouTube channel or streaming, maybe?
Holy crap! Our logo's different.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure the Drive Not Found logo is slightly different too now. I'm going to be uploading whatever I stream. I'm probably just going to stop doing Legend of Grimrock because I'm not recording anything anymore. I don't have the time to do it. So anytime I stream something on Drive Not Found, it'll end up on my channel, unless it's something like Legend of Zelda Chaos Edition, where I spend hours trying to jump up to God I can go talk to Princess Zelda.
Or maybe Buckus will just upload to your channel forever now. And
yeah, Buckus will upload.
Yeah, you should just give Buckus your channel.
Vampire the Masquerade, and then he'll upload the rest onto his channel.
One stipulation is that in the beginning of every video, he has to play a sound clip of you saying, "Hey guys, it's Dagless."
Yeah, except I never do that anymore. I did that when I was
once
young.
The sound clip system is implemented, you'll say it every video.
Wait, there's a sound clip system? What are you talking about?
Well, you just take one of your early videos where you do that and make you say that in front of every video that's posted on the channel.
Hey man, I was supposed to make a soundboard. Stop stealing my ideas.
You're never making the soundboard.
I was going to make that right after my montage, but I guess I won't
now. My final thing I want to say, I want to say to Glyphus007, the Escapist is a piece of shit. And that's all I want to do. That's the podcast. Thanks, and goodbye.
So one Dagless, he always focuses on the negative.
Now, what's going up in your channel now that you're finally back from being on the road?
No, I have nothing. I've been just living off of Assassin's Creed, but guess what? There's only 2 more episodes of that before it's finished. I have one more Isaac to edit, which I don't even know if I'm gonna upload it because I swear to God I was just moping and complaining that I didn't have time for half of it. So I have to see. I might not even upload that one. And then I got to do more Thomas is Alone. I uploaded that first video. I gotta. There's gonna be a Kung Fury video at some point. Which one? Oh, Thomas is Alone.
Thomas is Alone.
It's pretty great. Also, it's voiced by the guy in Assassin's Creed 2, that British assassin. That's the guy who does the narration, apparently. which someone pointed out, which is pretty cool. So I had 2 series going on with that same guy. Now that I have some of Dagless's voice acting, I can start uploading Hotline Miami 2, so that's good. It took me forever to edit, so then I couldn't. Like the first game, I found a script of all the lines, and I just sent that to Dagless. But this one, I had to mine the game for them individually, and it took forever.
What are you talking about? I never did any voice acting for you. That was all you.
I'm sorry. My impression of Dagless needed a separate script that I sent to Dagless, and Dagless gave me tips as to how to better emulate him.
How to better emulate my impersonation of Christopher Walken.
Of Christopher Walken. It's me doing an impression of Dagless doing an impression of Christopher Walken. I think it's spot on. Spot on.
No, I think you need to touch it up a little bit.
You know, some people said that, but I don't think I can do any better.
Well, you're missing the house. That's what he sounds like,
no,
right? Yeah.
No. I think I'm better at doing an impression than you doing it than you are.
You probably are. I mean, I'm out of practice.
Hey, I'm Dagless. I like to ride cars and live hard.
Hey, Relic Companion.
Yeah,
well, mostly just companion.
Oh. And on my channel, I'm gonna still be uploading Payday 2. And I thought it over for a little bit there, and on like the 23rd or 25th part, somewhere around there, I'm gonna finally get to Infamy 7. And so, if you don't know, that took me about 25 parts just to get up one Infamy, and there's 25 total levels. So it's going to be probably about 300 total episodes if I just keep going the way I am. So I'm going to probably rethink that a little bit.
I'm sorry, did you just say 300 episodes?
So,
yeah.
So get ready for a Payday series a la Northern Lion. He is going to be the Payday guy. Hey, did you want to see me play Nightclub 50,000 times? Yes, I did.
No, it's going to be Cook Off and it's going to be Hoxton Breakout, and that's just it. For
you see, it's okay, because in between this wave of cops, we got to go take a deal with the devil and get brimstone.
And then I'm looking into more Half-Life 2 mods, but there's a lot of, putting it bluntly, there's a lot of just really shit mods.
Have you played Black Mesa yet?
No, I haven't, and I was highly considering doing that, but
that's one
it isn't finished yet, so...
Well, it is finished, but it isn't.
It doesn't have any of the final levels, though.
Yeah, but they finished it. There was another team that was supposed to do the other levels, but the Black Mesa crew was the only one who actually finished it. So now the one that's on Steam is the finished Black Mesa product that they originally made, plus they're adding on the Zen levels.
Well, I'll probably play it once that happens. I was thinking about the Citizen Redux, because apparently they redid the original Citizen 1 and 2, and I think they added some more content, so I might do that. Otherwise, it's Nightmare House 2, because that has some connections to Underground, so I'm interested in that.
Does it?
Yes. And other than those two series, I am currently doing my first full-fledged RPG playthrough called Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and you guys voted on that. So. And by you guys, I mean whoever is watching for my channel. So
I voted.
I hate that game. The pacing was all weird. I'm Dagless.
And Nikitas, I just wanted to say thanks to Nikitas for purchasing the game for me and making the Let's Play possible.
That was a good Dagless impression.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good job, Nikitas. You did it.
Other than that, though, I don't think there's much else to say other than fucking watch Game of Thrones, please.
I have things to do, Glaven.
So what? Just don't record anything or render or edit anything.
Look, 203 really wants to watch it. If we set it up, I can probably watch it while working, so it won't interfere. It'll be fun. And then I'll tell you things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, as always, thank you for watching.
Listening.
This has been the Waiting Queue Podcast for 6/8/15, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you for joining me, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
I'll probably be on the podcast again in another couple months.
Hey, we already said bye!
No. Shh.